Hi there, Aquarius. This is Joy with Joy to the World, here to bring you a reading, a little check-in, a little check-out, see what's going on. I pulled out a few cards ahead. Let me bring them down so you guys can see. Okay. Interesting. Three of the cards force themselves. It's very interesting, the three straight in the center. And I was needing a fourth card because I felt like that's what you were asking for. Y'all are kind of like, we already know what's going on. Just give us the straight and the skinny. It's like you're wanting more tarot than oracle, which is fine because it's all an oracle because I read it intuitively. But anyways, the three down the center were forcing themselves out, and then the two on the side, I was supposed to get that fourth card. They flew out, and I don't do reversals, but they definitely came that way. And I'm hopping on that bus, guys. I'm getting in line with what's going on here, and we're going to take it exactly as it is presenting itself. Okay? So at the top, we have the Ace of Swords. It's fantastic in this deck. Okay? So what I see going on with her here is she has, of course, cracked the cosmic egg. And to me, the Ace of Swords is always very rewards based and not like if, when, then, that type of thing. It's more deciding that it's like choosing your thoughts. You're shaping yourself. That's a reward. It's deciding that if I want to be a positive person, here are the thoughts I think about myself. Here's how I decide to think about other people. Here's my view on the world. And you stick with that, right? So it produces a certain outcome. And here, in her nakedness, in her glory, her hair is draped all over her. And she is confident. She is bold. And she hadn't put it down. She's flat out, if any of you see me, I did this. Can you see I chose to do this? This was not an accident. This was fully intended. So you're owning it completely as an aqua would do. And the night star, the sun star is shining here. Well, I clearly hear sun, moon, star. So it's more like the cosmos, like that union of energy that goes beyond understanding, but is very Aquarian, very much your nature and your energy. And you have turned this energy on its head. It's like the serpent is, in a sense, fighting for its life here. And you kind of say, you don't control me, but I control you. Let's get this straight here. If you're going to come in and be part of my world, then I'm in charge. This is my Ace of Swords. This is my reward. This is my intended outcome. So this is my mind frame and my mindset. Okay, so beneath it, what came out next, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so it's really, this is like bringing your dreams down. Channeling that focus, bringing your dreams down to lift them up. Okay. Well, that would make sense if you think of it like seeds in the soil. You bring them down to have them grow up because that's when they bear fruit. Nia, go ahead and show you the next card because it's the Four of Swords. And it's electric boogie woogie. It's this... It's like that inner knowing is being made known, which is very clear because remember, hello, I did this. I chose to. That was my intention. Okay. So the Four of Swords, what I saw when this was laid out, I didn't even like tune in until they were placed. Because I didn't want to decide what I thought I was seeing. I want the message to speak of its own. I have some strong aqua placements, and so I kind of like that control and the clarity that comes from it. But you're very clear that fourth sword that's often portrayed, that there are three hanging on the wall, or there are three in other placements around the room, as if moving past the Three of Swords, like the death of that dream, that broken heart, into the fourth, the restoration. this is your fourth sword. Okay? And so at the Four of Swords, you decided to, instead of playing that whole cycle on out and you max out and you peak, you fall back down, you peak back up, and then you finally finish out just to start all over again. You're like, let's go ahead and handle this now. I have learned from this. I know what I want. I'm not going to let this thing just control me and to do whatever it wants to myself or to anyone around me. I am large and in charge of myself, of my world, of my reality. And in the pre-shuffle, there were some things coming up about love hinting to come in, finally giving permission for that. Not finally, like, finally. You were ready but weren't ready. You know, so once you're ready, then it's time. And so that time is approaching. We'll see when we pull out a few other cards as to what this moment in time is, of what's going on concurrently. But as of now, it was like, wait, hold up. I don't even need to go all the way through this cycle to learn the lesson. I already know. I'm going to take ownership of this. I'm going to master this thing, and I'm going to start fresh and new. Fresh new mindset. I'm going to strip it down. I'm going to bear it out. I'm going to be in all my glory. All my beautiful glory. I love it. The night sky and the radiant star shining. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? And standing in the center of it, you have awakened your love. Okay? Then let's take a look at what these side cards were that are flanking this channel, this flume of energy, this decisiveness. Like here in that Four of Swords, you see from this chamber, okay, in this inner knowing, this chamber, out comes all this electric lightning energy, and it's being channeled out. It's being channeled up, through, and out. It is very much that lightning strike, that epiphany, that moment of cognition of like, oh, I see. And so that channel has activated here, and we're going to see what it is, what's going on. So they came out upside down. We have the Dreamer of Wands right here. And this is right side up. And again, we see some of that sun star energy, but it's masked by daytime. Like, that is the neatest thing, y'all, is there are stars shining during the daytime. It's just that our own sun is so bright that we cannot perceive them. Okay, we cannot see them until it approaches sunset and beyond. But it came out in the reverse. We'll take a look at that closer in a second, because I feel like these two go together, because that's exactly what they did. They landed together and then they split apart. It's almost like they're the halves of the egg, because they are the past. And the egg is split open and you've risen from it. Like the seed pressing down the earth to bring up the fruit, you are the fruit. You are the fruit of your own labors. Oh, saucy. I like that. I'm letting that percolate for a moment to sink down to my spirit, down to my soul, where it transcends language, so that can become a part of me. I like that. So these are the halves of that egg. And this is Serpentia Soul. It is the world. And this is how it came out. As we see all that electricity. We see all that lightning around his head. And here's the upright, so you can get a closer look at what's going on. So it's like it's the ending of the serpent sun, the serpent fire. Okay. I hear the ending of your own undoing. Of having to wrestle with that thing, wrangle with that thing. You're like, we putting an end to this. It's like the cycle to end all cycles. I hear that. Oh, well, then that made sense, because while I was working the cards, I do a lot of pre-shuffling because I have a lot of decks, and I want them to be thoroughly mixed about before we get in here. And I kept hearing a whole new world. That's funny. You got a foot in, a foot out. But your mind Your mind knows. So it's, being exactly who you are, being the goddess of the night. Like the elixir of life is what I'm hearing. I love it. In all your glory. And your glory is rich and full. You've got all these dreams coming true, all these stars coming to join you. It's as if in that moment of decision, that lightning strike, that moment of, we ain't gonna go through this again. No more Three of Swords. I'm not gonna have to go play this thing all the way out. I know how this ends. This ends when I say it ends. And you just take that sword up and you split that cosmic egg and you bring that snake out and you put it under your control, your power, manifest for you, so that you can decide, because it's this alignment of your intuition with your action, of your knowing what you're doing. And so did away with the Dreamer of the Wands. Okay? That's part of the shell that flew away of like having to talk to the fish. The hands are reposed, of trying to be good, of being well behaved. Here she's fully dressed, and you see, even though her hair's down, it's not fully let down. And it's like, well, you know, this is the becoming thing to do. Let's just only let ourselves be seen in the daylight. Let's not blind everybody with our glory, with the star that we are. But that's limited. You see, it's this cove. You see, she's all coved in around here. But what I love is look at that cosmic energy swirling around you, and the expanse of heaven is wide open. The expanse of your beingness is blown wide freaking open. So I've turned it right side up for now, but I'll turn it back around to the way it is originally. And in this sense, it's, you know, in the world, it's doing away with the difficulty, because you operate differently. And you don't follow the ways of the world. So why follow the ways of the world? That's what I love it. It's like, y'all hear me say throughout some of these, I give you permission, I give you permission. It's not like, oh, yay, joy, like I need your permission. It's really just that release. It's that saying, hey, you be you, you do you. Let's celebrate who you are and how you think and how you see and how you've learned to navigate the self of your you-ness in this world. And in this sense is like, excuse me, I'm cosmic biatches. This is who we are. This is who I am. So I'm going to bring my world on in, and I'm going to shake this off, because all this 1 foot in, 1 foot out isn't me. I'm all or nothing, baby. You know, I do live between worlds, but I don't have to pretend any longer. I'm just going to bring my world on in and do it and call the shots as I see it. And this is all in regards to the self. It's not, you know, any demands on others or putting other people out or forcing them to see things your way. That's obvious. It's not even that at all. It's about the permission from yourself to do what works for you, to make life easy for you. And this easiness is an ease. And that ease is you being you, letting your soul fill out your flesh, fill out your mind, fill out your body, and permeate our world. It's almost like you got a new perfume, a new cologne that you've invented. And you know, I'm like at the door knocking, saying, hey, I want first edition bottle. This stuff is fantastic. What's going on here? And so rather than jabber on, let's see what else is coming. No. Well, okay. It's a chunk. Those don't want to come. Okay. Those don't want to come. Okay, they're stuck. So we have the Three of Pentacles. High five, high 10. I love it because your decisive action here is that gateway. It's opening it for others. It's almost as if they didn't know they had that right, that permission. And that's why I often give permission. Just like you taking this action in your own life is like a living example that we do what works for us. Because in that ease, it facilitates more life, more love, more happiness, and it facilitates the flow of the consciousness of being in tune with the divine and with the spirit. And then those who may be, a few grades behind you see it and they're like, oh, I see that, I get that. And then you're all cool with like, yeah, step up on that. It's kind of like bleachers. Bleachers stair stack. So it's not like they're quite stand on your head because you wouldn't be too cool with that. But it's like that stacking up so we all can see, so we can all partake. And you're totally cool with people getting permission to be themselves. I hear without all the dissing, especially anybody tuning into Aquarius with Aquarian energy. That's been a tough spot at moments, not within yourself, but just having to move through it to develop in that manner. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. I picked them up, so apparently it's got a friend. So let's see. You got a friend in me. Okay. Woo, it tried earlier, and here it comes. The Tower. I love it. I love it. I love it. The old world is done, and not just your old world. The world that we once all knew. We know it's all changing now, but it literally, it threw the gate open. It is like no more. This decisive action is producing radical change. Radical change. It's interesting because I hear duck, duck, goose. Like that roundabout chasing the game. You're it, no, you're it, no, you're it, no, you're it. And you're kind of like, we all it. Get up in the bleachers. Come on, let's cheer each other on. Let's make our world a better place. We've got bigger things to do than sit around and squabble and or cut each other down. This world is living and breathing, and people are needing us. And if we could come together on this, we could really make a difference. I love that. So that tower is like a power tower. It is like breaking down the old to make room for the new. It's one of those blissful moments, actually. That's what I hear. So, okay, we're going to step into some of these guys. Tarot of the Spirit. That was quick. I'll go ahead and get the one more because I feel another one come in. Come join us. Come and knock on our door. We'll be waiting for you. Be hers and his. Three's company too. Interesting. So the Three of Fire, it's called the birth of light. It's the emerging. It's these seeds. It is this cracking open of the code, the earth, the permission. It's rising up in this whole new generation. Radiant, beautiful stars. And it can happen across the world, but I'm definitely being called to the color of the imagery here, the red, white, and blue. And America could do for some love and some change and some embracing of oneself. Instead of spending our time to attack or harm another, let's embrace who we are and elevate ourselves to bring life to ourselves and all those around us. Interesting. And I'm going to let that percolate a minute longer. Okay, let's give you another look. You see? It's got more to say, but that's it for the moment. So we're going to hop over here. And that's under the Dreamer of Wands. Let me go ahead and turn these back around for a few minutes. Okay. With your permission. All right. I'm going to let him talk. And then the other card that came out, we have the sun. We have another star, right? We have Earth's star. Okay, so in America and around the world, people coming together, and there are lilies in this image, so they're symbols of peace, symbols of harmony. They're holding hands, but it's a gentle handhold. It is a camaraderie. How amazing to know this powerful, decisive action to let you be you, to shine in all your glory, to dominate that serpent and be like, I am the master of my domain. Jerry Seinfeld reference for any of you who've seen that show. Aside from that. And that the cosmos, all of life is smiling down on you. And that's the thing you've always known. You've kind of lived. That's why it was difficult, what I mean about the pressure on Aquarian growing up. Because you know that life is shining on you. And you know you're the favorite. And you know that everybody's the favorite. That's the uniqueness in it. And that's why you're like, why you got any problems? We all the favorite. Don't be hate because I celebrate that I'm the favorite. I'm not going to sit around waiting on you because you arguing about who is or isn't and trying to tear others down to build yourself up. How about we all just be us and line up in the bleachers so everybody can see and have a good see and get some popcorn, some cotton candy, some hot dogs, and let life be the fabulous show that it is. We got things to do. We got people to love. Okay. A whole new world. Well, what I gotta say is thank you for being you. Your you-ness has blessed my me-ness. And let's be some we. Let's get in those bleachers. Let's have a good time. Let's cooperate in this. There are things to do here. We got a world to bless. We got a world to enjoy. We've got people to love and hands to hold, that camaraderie that we're forming in this new world. Let's keep the love going. Let's transform this, y'all. Let's start the love here and take it abroad in the world. All right? Because I tell you, if we can do it here in America, it could be done anywhere. And y'all know that to be true. Anything else? I'm just checking. There's more, but it seems convoluted. So let's just keep it nice and clear and right here. Is that okay? Thumbs up. Love you, Aqua. Bye for now.